Ebusuafo me mo bibia akwaba emfambra agency and page so meeting e de adwoa searching na adafo Ghana fo bebre e na aye shocked Ghana fo bebre e na omo react to and seven ekoso e wo parliament house no ho na adafo ye nyina yanim and sema ekoso e wo Ghana ha no na no 7th December yeto aba ewie no and the 7th January and I SSA almost swear Nanado in as president. Na answer number swear Nanado in no SSA almost etwaba ewo parliament house no mo speaker of parliament. Na adofo and the hun semi de bebre entokwa ubehu say honorable Carlos Ahinkra akohwim ballot paper edi edwane honorable Osla Owusu obi epiano no so epiobi no mu bose no mu eyese and no chese enyensem keto akra na Ghana fo bi say na enye na no empanifu ye to aba e emo so omo represent ye parliament house na omo beye ye hia de emayen e na omo eyese chese omo endwen ye ho kra bebre na so no omo e ka say ye timamfu ne bi ena ehwimi ballot paper te say the honorable Carlos Ahinkra eye ya anka ise ni pa mo abontu anasa omo achi na akwa akotum we de omo anya ne hwe ebi mo e kire say honorable Carlos Ahinkra he doesn't deserve to be in the parliament house and ebi mo so e kire say NDC fo no e disgrace papa say munim say mo ye minority na mo akwaje majority fo omo space akoye ntokwa ena akasakasa ewo parliament house and say emfata kra say ye MPs ayani eda mo so pa motumi eyese mo ntumi an control mo ho na police fo kra yom no mobile soldiers ena ebo edi era parliament house and say emfata ebi ensida say soldiers akọ parliament house say omo ekwa akọ MPs pa down and say ba akoso ene ewo parliament house Ghana fo bebre e de omo adwenkyere abanado fo yentie ensema Ghana fo bi e de e bai we eye kobi e na oche say old men and women with brains behaving like they left the brains at home before coming. Okay, and when so Ghana is bleeding and na oche say Carlos Ahinkra is a disgrace to parliament. He doesn't deserve to be an MP, from COVID-19 distributor to a ballot paper snatcher. And na when so Japan and I just say NDC4 are disgraceful to this country pa okay and I went so but I don't understand though are these adults or kindergarten kids and then I be say be away so more kindergarten folks they ain't in cry cause this there is too damp to be people's parents okay and I went so we so just say if it's a normal citizen, then they shoot him to death. Okay, shameless ladies. And I went so HSN concert party pani. And I went so HSN. These are supposed to be the highest men and women in the nation. In and some way, and Ghana fo be a day abba. I just actually me and I'm ready the way everywhere.
Because however long you sit in the market, nobody will buy. But if you are selling something that is hot cake, people will come and buy, you go home, drink more, and so you will leave the market last because you will be selling. NDC is hot cake, and everybody wants it. And so even places we did not make our mind we were going to stop, they block the road and they say if you don't stop you won't pass. Just when we're coming, after all the time we spent in Ketu South, when we got to the curve, they put a pickup across the road and none of us is strong enough to lift a pickup off the road. We had to bring the police. It was the police who came and helped to clear the road before we were able to pass. But politics is about people. And so if you are doing people's work, you need patience. And so let me apologize to our chiefs for the long period you've been waiting, but also to say something impressive that I've noticed. It's not everywhere we get it like this. Today there are 4 paramountcies gathered here, sitting together and meeting us. It's a very positive thing. In many places, the chiefs don't accept to sit together. And so sometimes it makes our work difficult. We have to go from one chief to the other, to the other. So you probably would have spent 1 hour. You end up spending 4 hours because you have to go to every single paramountcy. But it's beautiful to see 4 paramount chiefs united, sitting here together and receiving a former president. I want to thank you very much. God bless you. Because you've been sitting long, I'm not going to talk for long. I just want to thank you and congratulate you on the successful registration exercise that we just finished. People believe that the numbers in the Volta region were artificial and that they were being inflated by some foreigners coming from somewhere. I think that the last registration exercise has shown the numbers here are genuine, and that is human beings, Ghanaian citizens who register here in the Volta region. So despite the intimidation and the harassment, our people still came out in their numbers and registered. And I want to thank you for that and express the hope that also on the day of the elections, we're going to come out in those numbers and exercise our votes so that we can bring the NDC back into office to continue the good work that we were doing. I've been through several constituencies in the region, and everywhere I've gone, the story is the same. All the projects we're working on have come to a standstill. We just came from K2 South Aflao. There's a big E-block we're building there. Where it reached on January 7th, 2017 is where it has remained till now. And yet, if that school had been finished, the children in that area would have had a secondary school to attend instead of coming to Georgia and come and congest the secondary schools in the other areas. And probably if they had finished all those schools, there are 200 of them we're building across the country, we won't have the problem that we're having with double track, where some of the children have to go to school and others stay at home for 3 months. And then when they come, then the others too go and the others come back. Apart from that, if the children are at home, you have to pay money for private teachers to teach them. And one of the teachers told me, he said when the children have sat at home for 3 months, by the time they come to school, what you taught them, they have forgotten. And so you have to spend the next 2 to 3 weeks revising what you taught them before you start teaching them the new syllabus. And so I said, when I come, we'll finish the secondary schools we're building quickly. If we build 200 secondary schools, each of them is capable of accommodating 1,000 students. That will be 200,000 vacancies in secondary school. And so we can spread the children out to all those secondary schools and we'll bring an end to double track. Government is planning and government is common sense. And that is what NDC was doing. We're using planning and common sense. And so we started the free SHS step by step. We started with day students. We said day students don't pay any fees. And the following year, in 2016, we started with some of the boarding students in the poorest districts. And we left office. And the new government came and said they are going to implement it immediately. Today, they say our free SHS is the most expensive in the world. Meanwhile, look at the quality. The quality is going down, it's poor. And that's why NDC is coming to make it better. I said government is like a relay race. All of us were in secondary school, and relay races were some of the sports we enjoyed the most, because one will run with the baton and give it to the next one. The next one will run and hand it over to the next. And that's what's been happening since 92. Rawlings ran, gave the baton to Kufuor. Kufuor ran, gave the baton to Atta Mills. Atta Mills ran, gave the baton to Mahama. Mahama ran, gave the baton to Nana Addo. But then he started running reverse. Instead of running forward, he started running back. So Mahama has to chase him and collect the baton back from him. In the last 4 years, we've all lived in this country. Chief talked about it. Financial institutions closed. It's not that the financial institutions didn't have problems when we were in government. We knew there was a problem. But we realized that the problem was a very complicated one. And so we needed time to resolve it and make sure that you don't throw the baby away with the bathwater. When you bath a baby and the water is dirty, you take the baby out and throw the water away and put the baby back and clean the baby with clean water. But when you go and throw the baby and the water away, what have you achieved? And that's what happened. It needed 9 billion cedis to bail out the financial institutions that they closed down. Instead of investing 9 billion, and it's not money you would have been throwing away, because what you have done is you would have injected 9 billion, taking equity in those financial institutions, and as they become liquid again, you give them back their equity and take your money back. Simple. That's why I said government is common sense. And yet you go and collapse all these financial institutions, and now you owe 22 billion when you could have used 9 billion to solve a problem. You create the problem, and now you owe 22 billion. And you assured the people of their money. And today they are saying, pay our money. And it's another story. More people have lost their jobs under this government than under any government in the Fourth Republic. All those who are working for microfinance institutions, banks, savings and loans companies that have been closed, today they are all sitting at home. Some have started driving taxis, some are riding Okada, some are roasting sausage and chinchinga, others have died. And that's the microfinance institutions alone. If you take the construction companies that were given legitimate contracts by government, and this government came and says, we suspended all contracts, all of you stop work. And up to now, work that